Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'll be showing you how to use Mendeley Reference Manager as well as Mendeley Cite. Mendeley is a free reference management software that allows us to organize, share and cite the research papers. It also integrates seamlessly for in-text citations in Microsoft Word and also for bibliographic generation. We will start by downloading Mendeley by going to www.mendeley.com. This is the first landing page. You will notice there is some information about how it works, including the fact that you can directly add papers from your browser and import them into your Mendeley Reference Manager desktop software. It also supports multiple systems such as Windows, Mac, Linux, as well as the browsers. This allows us to easily reference both in text as well as generate the bibliographies. And the great thing is that it's used by millions of researchers around the world. So the first thing is to click on download, which will take you to this page. On this page, you will be able to download Mendeley Reference Manager for desktop for your own system. Usually, it will detect which system you are using. However, you can always go here at the bottom where it says other systems to select your relevant system. If you are using Windows, you will select Mendeley for Windows. If you are on Linux, you will use Mendeley Reference Manager for Linux. There's also other information which tells you about the capabilities of Mendeley, including Mendeley Cite. This is a Word plugin or add-in that allows you to be able to access your library from within Word and be able to perform in-text citations. Well, let's go ahead and download Mendeley Reference Manager by clicking on the button, and you'll notice the progress bar. When it's completed, then you can go ahead and install the system or the software according to your the instructions that you see on the installation software. Once it's finished downloading, you can go ahead and install the software. We can also download Mendeley Cite by going to Get Mendeley Cite from Microsoft. This will add the add-in in our Microsoft Word. Before we actually click on Get It Now, you need to close the Microsoft Word on your computer. When done, then you can click Get It Now. This will install the Mendeley Cite in your Microsoft Word software. We can also sign in into Mendeley in order to be able to access our library from anywhere. So another cool feature about Mendeley is that it stores all our documents and references in the cloud, and we can be able to access it from anywhere. For example, if we click on library after we have logged in, we are able to see Mendeley library from a browser. So once we have installed Mendeley software reference manager, it will appear like this. And under all references, this is where all your references will appear, but you can also categorize your references into collections. To create a collection, scroll down and find Create Collection option. Click on the Create Collection option and type the name of the collection you want to make. For me, I have multiple of them, so I'll not create another one at this moment. You can also see recently added articles. So firstly, how do we add articles? You can add articles by clicking on Add References button. This gives you multiple options to import files from your computer, from your folders, as well as transfer from another reference library into Mendeley. The types of references that you can import into Mendeley include BibTeX, EndNote, as well as RIS. You can also watch a folder. Watching a folder means all the downloads, for example, all the articles that you download going into downloads folder will be automatically picked by Mendeley and be imported into your library. You can also add PDFs manually. At this moment, we're going to use import files. This takes you to your folders on your computer, and at this moment we have articles folder, which is in my downloads, where I have multiple articles. I can simply select one or all of them and click open. You'll notice that now it's busy uploading the files to the library, and it shows us the percentage that has been uploaded already. Once finished, all the references will appear in the all reference list. But we can also see the recently added references by clicking on recently added. These are the references that we just added at this moment. We can also check the references that we recently read and also mark the references as favorites. This is done by clicking on the stars next to each of the articles. When you click on favorites, we'll be able to see all the articles that we have selected as our favorites. Another critical feature in Mendeley is that you can be able to store all your publications, the one that you authored yourself, into one folder. This has been helpful for me as I sometimes look for my own articles to build up on the ideas. And this would most of the time mean that I'll have to search it on the browser or remember the title of the article. With Mendeley Reference Manager, I can easily go to my publications and visit all my publications. I can also detect the duplicates using Mendeley. So to do this, we use check for duplicates option under tools. This will detect all the articles that have been uploaded more than once. And once detected, you can be able to scan through to verify whether they are true duplicates or not. For example, this article has been uploaded 4 times already. Therefore, I can easily go to say, keep this reference and confirm. Whereas on the others, I can move the reference to the trash or delete the references. This allows you to keep your references updated. Another important feature is the notebook. This allows us to save any notes based on the articles that we're reading. For example, we can go to one of the downloaded files and open it, and it opens as if it's a PDF reader. Here we can be able to highlight specific text using specific colors. Like so. We can also be able to add comments on a specific text. For example, this can be important description. Later on, you can be able to open the PDF again and be able to read the comments in the document. As you are reading the document, you can be able to add notes to your document. For example, you can start typing or pasting, copying and pasting specific text coming out of the PDF document for later use. These notes will be kept on the notebook and can be used later in your writing. So you can name each of the pages in your notebook according to the articles that you're reading at the time, or according to the information you'll be reading about. For example, if it's the data descriptions, if you're reviewing the different datas that are used in different articles or different methods, then you can name it accordingly. For now, I'm going to name it according to the name of the article I'm reading at the time. And the notes are saved in your notebook. Under annotations, you can be able to see all the comments that you would have added on your document. These help you to keep track of what you have read and all the important information that you want to use. Now, let's move to Mendeley Cite, which is going to be in Word. Within your Microsoft Word document, you can navigate to References, and after you have installed Mendeley Cite, you will be able to see this option. If we click it, it will open a new panel on the right, and we'll wait for it to load. So this is just a dummy text which we're going to be using to demonstrate the in-text referencing as well as the bibliography. Then once it is loaded, we can be able to now start citing. So this will pull out the references or documents coming from Mendeley Reference Manager. As you can see, there's all references and all the other collections that we have created. So to cite in text, we simply click on the area we want to cite and select a study. Hypothetically, we'll just select this study and we click on Insert One Citation. This citation will be added to our paragraph. So if we were to cite at the beginning of the sentence, we can do the same. However, we can click on the citation and change the format to author and year inside the brackets. Then insert the citation. Then your citation will be correctly formatted. This process can be repeated for all the paragraphs and all the sentences that you have in your document. When you're done inserting all the references within the text, we can scroll at the bottom. Under the bibliography, we can be able to now insert the bibliography. Now we have the title, references, and we are going to insert the bibliography where the cursor is. For this, we go to the three dots and expand the options and click on Insert Bibliography. There is a warning that tells us that your bibliography will be inserted at your cursor location. We click on Continue, and once that is done, our bibliography is displayed. Apart from this, whenever you edit and add new references in the text, the bibliography will also be updated. For this study, which we just added, we can see that it's added in the bibliography as well. Next, we can also change the format of our citations. Under citation settings, we can change citation style to IEEE, for example. It also shows us the preview of how the citation will look like, both in the text as well as in the reference list or bibliography. Once we have updated, the document will automatically update and our references and bibliography will be updated as well. We can do this for several styles depending on the journal that we are submitting to or the university's requirements. This is all for this video. See you in another one. Cheers.